Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sandbox Saturday stream. I'm Alex Flores, aka Kamisazi. Solo today. Lucas gets the weekends off. I get to hang out all alone, and I just realized I forgot to put together a giveaway form. So let's do that real fast. Get that set up. Hey, Go West. Play game for fun. Dr. Luigi. Icy the Ice. Welcome, everybody. It has been a while, Icy the Ice. Well, I'm here every week. It's been a while since you've been here. Where have you been? What you been up to? Let's see. Let's get this giveaway form set up real quickly here before I totally forget. What's today? 7/26? New job, been busy. Congrats. Hope the new job's going well. See. All right, let's publish this giveaway form here. It's annoying when making forms and like by default it's like responder view is restricted. It's like, who makes the giveaway form with the purpose of it being hidden? Copy link. There we go. Now it should be all set up. All right. So we're gonna get the giveaway started right now. What do we want to give away? I guess I didn't decide yet. We'll still go with an orange hat. We've still got a few of those left. So if you don't already have Wizzy the Orange's singed hat, and you'd like to have one, fill out the giveaway form. Twitter, it's coming over to you in just a second here. Just pull that stream up. All set. Alright. Giveaway is live. We are good to go. So. Hey, J-Dog. How many people here have played or at least seen Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom? Pretty cool game. I enjoyed it a lot. I played it. And I played it pretty quickly. It usually takes me a long time to get through a Zelda game just because, you know, I'll get sidetracked on other things. But Echoes of Wisdom hooked me pretty good. It was a lot of fun. The open world aspect of it, more so than Breath of the Wild. Like, I liked the open world aspect of Breath of the Wild, but the lack of, like real dungeons, like dungeons that take you like a couple hours to do. I missed that. I would have liked the Breath of the Wild, the challenge. I can't remember what they call them. Are they temples or shrines? Right? I think they're called shrines. They were just so short. They very rarely took more than a couple minutes to get through a shrine, and I missed that grand sense that you'd get from the temples. But Echoes of Wisdom was designed with the same style as the 3D remake of Link's Awakening. Really cute, like almost like plastic toy kind of style. And something that was cool about it, or the main gameplay loop, is that you solve all the puzzles and you navigate the land by creating these things called echoes. Let me mute this. I'm gonna show the video real quick. So you play as Zelda, because the Link's been captured. And hey, Wallpax, how's it going? You play as Zelda, and you have to solve all the puzzles with magic, pretty much. You really don't get the ability to like fight with like a sword and stuff till the end of the game, when you can kind of like almost play like Link. Or I guess you start the game as Link, but just for like the first 5 minutes. And you get through all these areas by using a magic staff that lets you spawn items. And I mentioned that I wanted to figure out how to do this in the Game Maker a while ago, and we just never got around to it. And I think I know how to do it. We're gonna learn how to do it together, because I haven't tried this out yet. But I have it in my head conceptually how this is gonna work. There are a few limitations we have to put in place, because we don't want to just be able to spawn infinite items. We need to be able to cast so many items and then have them automatically despawn when we try to cast another one. And I guess you could, it's a quality of life thing. You could make it, it'd probably be easier to make it where after you run out of spells to cast, you just stop casting. But the way it works in Echoes of Wisdom is that if you try to spawn too many things, the oldest thing will despawn automatically. So we're gonna try doing that. Gosh, the spider thing, I should have watched the trailer better before I actually played the game, because the spider letting you climb up walls, I didn't figure that out till I was almost done with the game, and there was like a couple high areas that I couldn't reach. And I was like, how the heck do you get up there? Like, oh, you spawn a spider in it and hold on to it, and it'll like take you up there. But yeah, the main thing is you can spawn crates and ladders and trees and beds and jars and monsters, but the monsters fight for you, so you're like a summoner is the overall concept. There are actually pretty deep mechanics in this that I never even used. I almost never used the mechanical like robot things that they give you. There was like a couple monsters that I favored. Some you have to use certain monsters in certain areas because of what their strengths are, what they're able to do. And for the most part, I would use my favorite monsters and then like crates and beds for getting to areas, and I would kind of do that over and over. So there were probably like more efficient ways to do things, but yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff in here. So we're gonna start off pretty simple. I want to make 3 items, and we're just doing from basic. So we're gonna get the wooden box. It's 1 item. The skeleton warrior. And a ladder. And we're going to try to make these items that we can cast as a spell, so we can navigate areas, fight enemies, things like that. Well, Pax says, I'm having trouble in my launch experience, no quests are working. So there's a lot of different reasons why that could be. If they're working in the Game Maker when you're testing and then not live, my first question would be, is it a multiplayer experience? And if it's a multiplayer experience, you want to make sure that all logic to start the quest is multiplayer. So like if you're using an asker, make sure it's a multiplayer asker. Also make sure that the asker is the thing sending the message to the quest to unlock it, because the player's ID is kind of tags along as metadata with that message. So that way the server knows which player is talking to the asker. So if you have the asker send a message to something and then it sends a message to something else and then it sends it to the quest, it loses that player information. So you really need the player directly interacting with the asker to be the thing that triggers the quest, or a trigger volume that senses the player is the thing that activates the quest. However you activate the quest, it needs to be the player directly interacting with it so that way the server knows who's starting the quest. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Hello, Red Lily Rose. How's it going? There is a giveaway form in the chat, although you already have an orange hat, so you can't win it again. So let's save that we got these things on here. So kind of the first thing we need to do is we need to set up our controls, and we need to bind some stuff in order to do that. So let's start off by having an event on player join. Actually, I don't want to be on player join. I want us to be able to interact with the first objects, and that's how we get the spell. So we're going to get rid of all this stuff on here. We don't need any of these things. Oh, you can't get rid of the enemy fighter tag on there? That's interesting. I think that's a bug. Oh no, it's still got the... I thought I removed the behavior. No, it's gone. Alright, no tags, no nothing on these things. We're going to add an indicator. And we're going to make this a single player experience. I don't want to try to make this logic for multiplayer because it's going to be kind of complicated and I think messy. The game we're basing this on is a single player game. This would be about making single player quests. So we got indicator. We're going to display interaction, and we're going to say learn echo as our custom text. We're not going to put quest cursors on them, and we're going to interact VFX. Skeleton Warrior, Wooden Box, Wooden Ladder. Alright. Hey, Oka0, how's it going? Alright, we can learn Echo on each one of these things. And we're going to add a message broadcaster. And we're going to add a message. Learn skeleton. And interact. Can't I copy that? There we go. We're going to paste, and we're going to change the message to learn box, and paste, and we're going to learn ladder. Hey, Artificial, how's it going? What are we going to say? We're just going to keep on saving as we go through this, because I really don't want to lose progress on this. So now we can learn these messages, learn these echoes, I should say, and that's going to be what activates our various castings. So we're going to say trigger mouse input. This is going to be what we cast our spell with. So message here is going to be cast, and we're going to cast with the middle button, so that way we can, because it's single player, we still have our shield with our right click and attack with our left click, so we don't want to mess with that. Description, cast echo, Message to send on button down. Oh, sorry. You know what? Actually, say cast.activate. This one's gonna be cast. And we're not going to unbind it with anything. All right, so by sending any one of those 3 messages, we want cast activate to be sent. So let's see, can we... Sorry, I just realized I didn't have the creator dashboard up for Twitch, so I can't see when we're going to go on an ad break, and I don't want you guys to miss anything. Oh, it's a good thing I checked, because an ad is starting in 3 minutes. So, we're going to want to make any one of these learn messages send or turn on our casting ability. You know, I'm going to go ahead and run the ad right now, just so I don't get mixed up with things. So I'm going to be right back. Sorry about that. Had to take care of something real quickly. Welcome back, everybody. Alright, so, where were we? We were making sure that we can cast messages at the beginning. So, we are going to use Logic Donut. I'm gonna add this here. Because we're probably going to need a few of these. And when it gets any one of these learn messages, it's going to turn on our ability to cast. So we're going to add a message broadcaster. And message to send. What did we put as? And this is going to turn on with any one of the 3 learn messages, so it doesn't matter what order we learn them in. We also want a heads-up display, so we're going to need a variable for the number of spell slots that we have. So we're going to have an integer number, new number variable name is going to be casts. It's going to start with a value of 5. We'll set it as something that we have some flexibility with. If you were making this as a full game, you'd probably start it with like 1 or 2, meaning it's very limited, and then level up your character as they go on, giving them more casting abilities. So we're going to create that, and we want a heads-up display. Let's see, what are we gonna call this? This is activate casting. Controls. Heads up display. Show spell number. And then this will also turn on with cast activate. And show it at the side. That's our casts. Spells remaining, or I guess echoes remaining. What's a good magical? Go with that. Or maybe the star. Now you show. Okay. So let's make sure that works. So when we interact with one of these, we now get echoes remaining, so we've learned with that spell. I'd say we should also probably have these die and disappear when we learn. So when we learn ladder, that's going to destroy this. So immune to attacks is true. No health bar. Instant death is learn ladder. I'm gonna copy that. We're gonna add health to this one. Switch this to learn box. Skeleton. Alright, so now we should. Nice. Okay. These are a little bit too close together. I'm going to spread them out because I indicated, or we got both of them when we interacted. Let's save. So the next thing we need is to actually have the spell available to us. And I'm trying to think if we want a casting item, or if we just want to spawn the objects in front of us. Hey, Drakusha, how's it going? Hi, Artificial, if I didn't already say hi to you. I think I said hi to you. Let's see. The issue, if we try to spawn the item at the player, I think it's going to spawn actually at the player. So let's see what happens with that. If we try to say, let's get the box. So if we try to, say, like, respawn this box at the player, I don't think that will allow us to position it the way that we want. I think we're going to need to actually hold an item. So let's make this have a health. And we're going to have an instant death message cast, and it's going to respawn to tag, and then what is our play? Is it a player tag or a... tags? We don't have any tag, so let's do a player tag. Tag player. So if we do this, yeah, it spawns, which is kind of cool. We could almost use it to jump on top of it. Kind of neat. We time it right. That's pretty exploitable, although, you know, I kind of dig that. So for one, that's a kind of slow process waiting for it to respawn that way. And we can't aim it in front of us. It just spawns underneath us, which is kind of a problem. So what we want to... Oh, I just realized that we're too tall to punch it. That's a little bit of a problem. I think we need to use a different crate. We want it to be about a meter tall, which it's not, obviously. So we need a better box, something that we can actually punch, in case we want to destroy it to get it out of the way. Let's see. Is there a good 1 meter sized crate? That's huge. That's way too big. That's still a little bit too big. That is the size we want. I don't know that I want it in blue. Let's see. find a better box item. We don't actually want to use a real block because that would totally not work for what we want to use it for. I feel like there was a better crate object. For lack of a better one, I think we're just going to use the blue one. I mean, technically this is the right size. I just don't like that it's open. But I guess if there's no collision on it, we can... Is there... Can we hide in this? We could. Actually, that's kind of cool, too. We could hide in it. And let's go with the blue one. So we're just going to replace this so it still has all the same logic. All right, now it'll be big enough for us to actually hit. Our hit collision will actually go through it. It's even got a nice animation. I didn't know that. Okay. So, the way that we're gonna want to spawn this is with an item that we're holding out in front of us. So that will basically be like our staff, but something that we can't put down. And I think what we'll do is when we switch spells, it'll destroy and force us to hold the next spawn item. Wapak says, have a logic asset as a multiplayer speaker to detect a player to start a collect quest. Is that the way to go? You could detect the player. It could be an asker. The point is that whatever the player is, it has to be direct from the player. So what I mean is like, I've set up before a system where like you interact with one object and it's an NPC, and because you're interacting with them you can make them animate and stuff, and then it has a whole bunch of logic donuts that are the actual askers. And the problem with this setup is that if I'm interacting with this and it's activating an asker for a different part of a conversation tree, the actual act of this one trying to trigger the quest won't work because I'm interacting with this. So it's whatever the player's interacting with it, whether it's an asker or a trigger volume or a message broadcaster or a button or whatever you have. It has to be the thing that the player has to be the thing activating it, not this activating this, which activates the quest. That doesn't work. Hey, Sir Alekin, how's it going? But yeah, if it's a multiplayer game, it needs to all be multiplayer. I would make them multiplayer by default. There's more features in multiplayer. Usually the only time I've been using single player lately is if I'm in a multiplayer game and I want something that is only for one player. But it doesn't work with quests. Like askers and quests are specifically designed to work with one player at a time, so you use the multiplayer logic for those. But I mean, if I'm making a multiplayer game and I want something that has an effect only for a single player. That's usually what I've been using single player logic. And then like NPC stuff is like mostly single player anyway. All right, so we need our spawning items. Well, we need the items that we're spawning. So let's go ahead and duplicate all of these, and we're going to make presets out of them. So let's take off these, and let's take off these, and these, and let's add a pickable component so we can move them around. Let's give them full opacity on picked. And let's give them health. Whoa! Okay. It just said nope. It didn't like that for some reason. Let's get back in here. $50 streams. Is that what your streak is at? Oh, go west? Go west on a 50 stream streak. I broke it. How dare I? I tried adding health to 3 items at the same time. Let's play game for fun on. Let's see. I didn't have Twitch up yet, so I didn't say. All right, how much did how far back did this set us? We don't want health yet. Indicator. Oh wait, no, we did want health, because that's, silly me. Okay. So we did that. I think that was it, right? We didn't add anything here. Yeah. Okay. It didn't set us very far back, just a little bit. Let's try that again. Let's get rid of our behaviors, our indicators. Add a health. And pickable. And yeah, play game for fun. Readily Rose wants to know what your streak is. Okay, we don't want these ones to be immune to attack, so the player can attack them. What damage do we do when we attack? We're doing 1, 2. We're doing 10 damage. So let's make it so 3 attacks will destroy these. So let's set their health at 30. Death event will destroy. 83? What? That's crazy. They'll show a health bar on hit. Message sent on death is going to be... Cast... Dead. I'm gonna say echo. echo reset is going to destroy all of them at once. So what we want to have happen is every single time we cast one, our variable for echoes is going to go down. And then if we reset all of them, then they're each going to send an echo up message. So our number of echoes available is going to go back up. There's an ambulance backing up to my driveway. No lights on though. So let's see. You learn it. We've got 5 remaining. We should see this. Well, we didn't set up the logic for that to go up yet. So we've got those echoes in place. We can also pick these up and move them places. I kind of don't want the offset to be up on this because we can't climb on this. Can we climb in general? We should be able to. What's our movement palette? Default? Okay, that should be fine. Interesting, if we don't have the legacy movement palette there. Aiming for a 100 watch streak. Alright, grab offset. Let's try negative 0.5. Yeah, negative 0.5 and see how close that is to the ground. Okay, we'll go lower. I don't actually know like what determines where the height is for placing things. So let's try negative 0.8. Negative 0.9 is pretty close to the bottom. If we get a little bit of Z fighting, then we know we're right where we need to be. This is a little bit too low. It's like 1 voxel too low. And actually, this looks like it's maybe slightly more than a meter. It is slightly more than a meter. Candace said there would be a prize for 100 streak. And for 1,011 streak of land. We're just trying to get this to almost snap at the right level. pretty close. And I think what I kind of want is to have the player auto jump height be 1 meter. So we need it slightly lower. What if we just made it -1? Oh, we don't auto jump height on that? Really? Okay. I mean, I guess we can manually jump. I thought that would make us step over it. Okay. Well then I guess it doesn't really matter. Negative 0.88 got me pretty close to the height that I liked, where it didn't look like it was sticking too far into the ground. We can just barely see it over there, so we don't kind of lose it in other terrain. In the components, the only once toggle, should that be off for multiplayer games? Honestly, in general, I don't like using the only once anyway, just in case something goes wrong and then you can't trigger it later. I prefer making it so that way, if you want the logic to work only once, then it only has one opportunity to work, and then it switches to something else. So, yeah, that's, I'm not sure if setting it to only once is going to make the difference that you want, but if you do have it on, it should still at least work for that first time. If it's set to only once on a multiplayer one, I think that would make it so other players can't activate it, but I would have to test it to check. Over on YouTube, Sampura says people only care about the coin? I don't know. Game's pretty fun. I mean, we're you know, making stuff, so. I don't know why people would care about the coin if they don't care about the game. The coin is for the game, right? If you only care about the coin, I think, I don't know. Get into Bitcoin if you only care about coin. So, let's see. Let's edit the logic on these ones. So let's set them all for -0.88. Oh, you know, I'm not sure how that's going to affect our NPC guy if we have him as an NPC. Let's make sure he can still roam around at that height. Grab offset. Passing on picked. So what happens if we pick him up? He should walk around on his own. Might take a second. Okay. So we pick him up, and we put him over here, so he's gonna still walk around. He does. Okay, good. So he still works. We can put the ladder various places. Let's make sure that it's climbable. And now we should be able to grab the ladder, put it where we want, and climb it. All right, so we've got that set. The crate's pretty simple. And we've got our NPC who will mill about. And so each of these should send that message, which will make our echo count go, or the number of echo casts that we can make will go back up if we destroy these. Do we need anything else on these characters for now? I'm not going to worry about making this guy do combat and stuff right now. He's just a guy that we can place. Anything else that we need? They can be destroyed, they can be picked up. Oh, I was thinking about making it so that way you could turn physics on for them with like another spell. So let's do a... Can we do it as a toggle? Let's not do it with a switch. I guess. Oh, that's a behavior, isn't it? Let's save. So the idea is that I'd be able to cast a spell, say on the crate, and that it will tumble into position, and then cast another spell and it'll freeze it. Which I think we can do with a tag, right? If we do... Actor property switcher. Message required. Properties. I'm gonna go with... Activation type, collision. Toggle. You can only do it up to a range of 50. If I want to do it for the whole range. I guess, well, if this is an item that we're holding, then we can just do it everyone in range. We kind of just have it be a very small range. Let's see. Do we still have that void object? We do. Okay. So this is going to be another spell that we can learn. Game is also good, says Elite. Yeah, I like the game. It depends on what game you're playing, right? Because it's not one game, it's like over 1,000 games. The bank job is like one of... I love that game, like, regardless of it being in the sandbox or not. The bank job is just fun. There's lots of games that I've played in the sandbox that I've enjoyed. The sandbox is not one game, It is a game creation platform. That's like saying that, I don't know, like saying, Steam is such a bad game. It's not one game, it's a platform for games. And it depends on which ones you're playing, if you like them or not. I've played good games, I've played bad games, depends on who's making them, what skill level they're at, how much work they put into it. So, let's see, the void, and replace that, and let's add a pickable component. And message required is going to be cast, and that should toggle collision. Oh, it won't. It won't because we're actively holding it, right? It needs to have a parent object. So, let's give it a. I'm gonna use a good old numpad. This is going to be the pickable item, copy. No opacity on picked. And say collisions, no collisions. This should also have no collisions. And it should be for not everyone in range, specific tags in range, and the tag is going to be an echo. So we need to add a tag of echo to these three things. And we're going to turn off visibility. And now the void is going to be attached to the numpad. Now we should be able to. Oh, we also didn't. We don't have cast available yet. Now we have cast available. Okay, so we can run through it. Can we not make objects have gravity? Maybe we can't do that. I thought that we could turn gravity on for objects with the actor property switcher, but I guess we can only turn collision on and off. It's not super necessary for what we're doing. I just thought it would be kind of fun to like lock items in place. I think what I've seen before is people start the objects with gravity and then they use the active property switcher to lock the collision, either on or off, but to disable gravity. But I don't see a thing to enable gravity. So I think we're gonna skip this one. Just fine. Alright. Not every idea is gonna work out. I'm gonna ask that we get gravity as an option on the switcher, because that would just be fun. Ooh. Oh, maybe it's... I just had an idea. Maybe it's available with a single player? There's only a multiplayer mode for it, so... Alright. So we've got our echoes then. We're not going to worry about the active property switcher. I think we can do everything that we need to with these, so now we need to preset them. So we're going to do preset ladder echo. Oh wait, let's do an indicator on these, just so we have like a handle basically. Let's not have it displayed. And then E to pick up. So it just reminds players how they can grab it. Let's copy that. Paste it. Okay, now we're set. Let's preset this. Ladder echo. Confirm. Oh. I always do that. I always type it in the search when I mean to put it in here. Create new. Create echo. Or what do we call it? We call it box echo. And skeleton echo. Okay, now we've got our presets in here. You can delete them. Now we need to make the object that's going to spawn them, or objects that are going to spawn them. And we want those items to be forced into our hands. So we're going to duplicate these all out again. And the opacity on these is going to be like a ghost image. So they are going to be pickable. I guess I can't remove the... Well, let's save. For some reason I can't delete the behavior on it. Because I already did, apparently. I couldn't delete it because it wasn't there. Alright, it's gone now. Let's add a pickable component. So when we press our number keys, this is going to select the echo that we're using to cast. And we're going to force an interaction to put it in our hands. So, pickable. Did I not just... I think the game maker's freaking out a little bit. We saved, we're gonna leave and come back. Okay. So let's get rid of these. There we go. Now it's working. So again, we're gonna have that grab offset. I think I had 0.88. And opacity on picked, let's go down to like a 3%. Or not 30. Whoa. Oh, I meant to do negative. That's maybe a little bit too clear. I want a little bit more visibility. So let's leave it at the default 5, and then I need to do negative 0.088. Negative 0.88. There we go. Numbers. So this red, I think, is... Why is it red? Is it always red? Why is it red? Why does the blue turn red? That's very confusing. Okay, I mean, it doesn't really matter. We'll leave it as is. Maybe it's because I don't... It's orange. Well, it's a reddish orange. It's not blue, that's the point. I'm thinking it might be because I don't actually own this item. That might be why. But it's weird that it's deciding to do it on just that. Okay. We don't need collisions on these things. No collisions, because we're casting a spell with them. And let's add a VFX. A visual effect. And when... I think there's a... Is it curse or is it spell? Curse. So that's gonna like spawn the items. That's gonna happen when we cast. Oh, did I have enabled on start? Oh, I don't think that's gonna work because... does work. But it does follow the box, which I don't want it following the box. I'd rather it following the object that gets spawned. So we're not going to worry about the VFX right now. We might update the presets later. so that way when they get spawned, they show that. Actually, no, that would be pretty easy to do. Let's go ahead and do it. So, because if we say enabled on start, then every time that they spawn, they should just have it. So let's put down our presets. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to add component, visual effects, confirm. It's going to do curse, and going to add and enable at start is going to be true. And we're going to set the global scale down to 0.5. And this way, as soon as the objects appear, they do that, and then it kind of fades away. It's fine. Do you have to edit gameplay for every objective? I don't... I'm not entirely sure what you mean. Like, when you want to do add objective like this. Like, you want to set this up to be whatever your quest is. Alright, and then we're going to update these presets. And now when they get spawned, they should have that little spell. You know what? Let's give them a sound effect too. Just while we're doing this. What should be the sound? Yeah, well, Pax, if you can ask that question in a little more detail, I'd like to try to help. Let's turn up the Game Maker. Maybe a little intense. Neutral spell's pretty good. That's kind of cute. Let's go with the neutral spell for now. Alright, so those should all play that. Oh, they need to be 3D sound. Do that again. Alright, so So now I didn't hear the sound. Okay. Yeah, I was out of range of the sound. That should be fine. Done every speaker and collectible to multiplayer, checked it, it's still not working. Did you... So, if you're looking at your objectives, are you unlocking them also? Because they need to have something that unlocks them, and they need to have something that launches them. If they're not unlocked, then they can't be launched. So, if you have no real requirements before launching your quest, you can just do a message on join. So do rule, event, on player join, and then you can have the message be join, and then set the unlock message for all of them to join, and then all of your quests should be activatable at the start. But without being able to see like what your game logic is, I would need to know more information about like how exactly you're trying to trigger the quest. So if you want to like post screenshots of the behavior you're using to call the quest and the quest logic on the Sandbox Discord, we can try taking a look at it there. I would suggest, excuse me, I would suggest going to the Sandbox Discord's Game Maker. Yeah, under the Creators tab, Game Maker chat. Post screenshots of how the logic is set up there, and either I or somebody else can probably help you with that. All right, so those should all be working. So now we need to make these spawners. Let's save real quick. So message on drop should be, we don't want to be able to put these down. So the message on drop should be interact. Or, you know what, let's make them droppable. We can use E to drop the spell so we don't have a spell queued to cast, because we might not want to run around the whole game with a spell out in front of us. So let's actually do cast dot drop, and that's going to also be a plant pickup for this. So we're going to add the plant logic here. And this is going to drop our casting. I think this will work. So we pick it up, and when we put it down, it disappears. Yay, that worked perfectly. Oh, it did it for both, but we'd only have one of those up at a time anyway. We might add more messages to these, specifically to destroy the other ones when switching to a different spell, but we'll see if we need to do that or not. Let's see, we got an ad starting soon, so I will be right back. welcome back, everybody. Thanks for hanging in there. Alright, so when we put these down, they disappear, but they also need to spawn. Okay, and the thing that's going to make them spawn is cast. No spawn offset. We want the spawn to happen right where they are. They are going to use a preset. Set each of those individually. And I think I'm going to need to add a handle to these. Otherwise, they're not going to spawn, are they? Let's add the presets in. Ladder. And box. And skeleton. Okay, they're casting. Okay, so these each spawn a thing. But if I'm carrying it around, it does not work. Also, note that the ladder is held sideways, which is interesting. I'm not sure the best way to fix that. It seemed like the ladder asset itself is rotated 90 degrees. It places the right way, though. Oh, because this is forwards. So, whenever this ladder was made, it was made rotated. So we need to fix that rotation. Let's see. And if we're holding it, yeah. So we need a handle on each of these, otherwise they're not going to cast. Okay. That was weird. This is probably going to mess up my measurements for things. So we want the pickable on here. We want visibility off. We want no collisions. Oh, whoops, I clicked on the wrong thing. We want visibility off, no collisions. Not a button. We're going to copy our pickable. And paste that logic in. Don't have an indicator on it, so, but we don't need an indicator because we only ever hold this item. It's gonna jump into our hands as soon as we summon the echo, and when we put down the echo, it disappears. So let's attach the wooden ladder to it. This is going to be ladder spawner, ladder handle. This is going to be the ladder spawner. And we attach the spawner to the handle, and we remove the pickable from here. And we want the plant on the handle as well. So copy and plant. Paste. Okay. So now we can hold it and we put it down and it disappears. Let's rotate the ladder. And now when we pick it up, it should be facing forwards. Yay! Okay, we're gonna have to do this for this as well. Otherwise, it's always going to end up crooked. So we're gonna duplicate. Ladder echo handle. And let's see. Let's take the pickable off from here. Gosh, the only thing we actually want on there is the climbable. So we need to move everything else. We're just gonna call, instead of calling this one the handle, this is gonna be the ladder echo. And it needs the health. Oh, the hitbox is going to be wrong. This one needs to have the health on it. Gosh, having this as two models makes it way more complicated. I guess I guess we would just use a correctly oriented ladder. Otherwise we have a handle lingering around. And if we kill this, will it plant? Yeah, let's do The problem is that if I have this die and send a message, it could kill other ladders around it besides the one we're actually trying to destroy. I think we're just going to deal with having to plant it sideways. The initial echo placement will be oriented correctly. And then after that, it's kind of whatever happens. Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to deal with it. You can add a button when each click will rotate the ladder you hold. Yes, that could be a lot more complicated. So what I would probably actually do, if you wanted to make this really super complicated, like more than it needs to be, you could have a button for dedicated rotating of objects, and when you press it, it like respawns the item in 90-degree increments. But yeah, I feel like that adds a level of complexity that we don't really need, especially when you can just carry the ladder and either place it this way or place it this way or place it this way. Like, you don't really need to be able to rotate it too much. It is cool to be able to manipulate objects that way. I enjoy it when games have that. But I think that just ends up being adding way more logic than it needs. Something you could do, and this could actually be a cool puzzle idea, is if you add this. Actually, I think there's a Breath of the Wild puzzle that's very similar to this. If say you had an object like this big chain link I made, and you wanted an object to like fall through, you could say have it have multiple rotational parents. So have a parent that's like this way, and a parent that's this way, and a parent that's this way, and then have each one of the number keys turn the rotation on or off. Actually, you would need 6 rotations. One going one direction, one going the other way, and so it would have 6 parents that all rotate a different direction, all stacked up on top of each other, with this as the last one. So as you hold the key, it goes, and when you release the key, it would stop the rotation. And then you go, oh wait, I need to go the other way, press the other key, and then eventually you would get all the things lined up. You know, if you did that with like a series of switches, and maybe each chain, maybe you do like a whole series of chain links, and each one is like a different button, and it only rotates one way, just to not make it too confusing. And then you use like array cast, so that way they're all lined up. And then, like, you know, Indiana Jones, Lara Croft style, you've got like this laser beam that goes through it all and solves the puzzle because it's a crystal over here. You could totally do something like that. That would be fun. Yeah, we should just make a game that's just like all like, just let's make like a Lara Croft game. Would be I like the process of setting up these sorts of puzzles. But yeah, as far as like holding it, it's easier just to rotate your body than to rotate the object. You can rotate the object. It just, I feel like it would be too cumbersome for the player to ask that of them, because it's faster for them to just WASD turn themselves, like mouse turn, and then line it up with WASD. And it adds a whole bunch of extra logic on each one of these items respawning that just starts to make them feel a little silly. So yeah, I guess what I'm getting at is like we can rotate it for the initial spawn, and that's fine. Rotating this preset would introduce a lot of stuff. I'd rather the preset be just a single object than a collection of objects, because specifically destroying it, we want to make sure that this is the object we're hitting with the sword, this is the object that we're despawning, and any other objects attached to it just add complexity to that. And the chance of you have multiple ladders like in proximity to each other, and when you spawn this preset, the logic for each of these is identical. So if we like attack this one and hit it and destroy it, it has the chance of eliminating these ones, which may mess up what we're trying to do to navigate an area. Because that's the whole point of spawning these objects, is like we can build a bridge, we can climb a wall, we can have helpers to fight enemies for us. That's the whole point of casting these echoes. And you don't want to put the player in a situation where their controls are ambiguous, or like they're trying to do one thing and it messes up their other things, because then that just causes player frustration. It's doing that thing again. Okay, let's save. It's like showing all these extra. I mean, they may all be there, but it's no. There's no sound component on this. I don't know why it's showing all that. Every once in a while, we just have to go back to the main menu, I guess. Don't forget, there's a giveaway form in the chat. I just shared it again in case you missed the link. We're giving away Wizzy the Orange's Singed Hat. All right, so where's my... Okay. We broke the whole game maker. We have no more inspector panel. Just restart it. It's fine. It's fine. I think this is going well though. Let's see here. Are we already 2 hours in? Almost 2 hours in. So we gotta wrap this up. But I think we're pretty close to where I wanted to be. The main thing is going to be adding in all the rules to control how we're casting spells. All right. Hey, we have the properties panel back again. Okay. So, asset spawners, casting. This is our pickable item. When we drop it, it destroys itself and the echo, or the ladder with it. Okay, that's all good. I will say, I don't know if the ladder's going to be partially invisible. Is the ladder fully visible when we pick it up this way? Oh, good. It does make it partially visible. Sweet. Okay. Good. We can set these to all just so that way it cleans up any mess. And these things are spawning. Ladder echo, box echo, and skeleton. All right, so now we need to preset these. And we're gonna do ladder cast. Hit it again. I always do that. Box cast. Skeleton cast. Skeleton cast. Can I like press the right? I think it's because I click here and I expect it to go to the next menu instead of having to click confirm. I do that. Like I just did it like 3 times in a loop. Every single time. All right. We've now got our casts in place. We can delete these guys. All right. Now, at some point, we need those objects to spawn for us. So we're going to make like a hidden room for them in the hill here, because we want them to spawn basically into our hands. Trying to think what's actually going to make it pick up for us. So let's say we got our presets. We'll work with the box first. So we got our box cast. So gameplay wise, we learn the box cast. In our controls, that means we're going to set box as number 1. So rule, trigger, key input, bind message is going to be learn box, and then our key is 1, and we're going to cast box echo as our description. Message on key down is going to be select box. And now on the HUD, we also want to have a variable that tells us which spell we've selected. So we are going to add in text. Echo. Create. I think we'll leave the text off, the name off. Okay, so we learned box. That's also going to update our variable. So replace variable, edit text value. So on learn box, oh, actually, sorry, on select box, we're going to set the echo text to cast box echo. And we should have a little player text that shows up to tell the player what they can do. So on game screen, we're going to do a banner. Alerts. Learned box. So on learn box, we're gonna show for 3 seconds. Select variable. Do I want it as a variable? I guess we could do it as a something else. There's a pop-up window. Yeah, and that way, if we do it as a pop-up window, then players have more time to read it at their own pace because they have to exit the pop-up window. Box title. This gives us a chance to instruct the players, like tutorialize it. So, you've learned the box echo. Press the 1 key to select this echo. And then I think we will automatically select it at the end. So it auto switches. So we're going to select box. Press the 1 key to select this echo. Use boxes to climb walls and build bridges. Or to build things like walls and bridges. All right. So now, let's hit save. Now when we learn it, you've learned the box echo. Press the 1 key to select this echo. Use boxes to build things like walls and bridges. Can we do a paragraph return there? Okay, but still nothing is in our hand yet. We haven't done that yet. But now we see which thing we can cast. Be cool if we could use emoji there and use like a box emoji. I don't think we can though. Have a variable store emoji. Of course, there's no actual box emoji, is there? Use a square. that's gonna work. Nope. Never mind. It's worth a shot, right? Okay. Alright, so that pops up successfully. Now we need the actual spawner to go into our hands. So... let's see. In order to pick it up, we need the interact message sent to this specifically. So this is going to have a what tag should we use? I think if we use spell, if we're only spawning one of these things at a time, then we can use the same tag for all of them. So we're sending the interact message to the tag spell. And this is going to be the box spell spawner. So on the message of select box, it's going to spawn the box preset. Okay, we need to add that spell tag to all these presets. So let's get box cast, ladder cast, and skeleton cast. And add a cast tag to all these. Did I not? I didn't ever update the ladder echo. Dagnabbit. Is it still over there? It's not. Okay. Bear with me a second here. Oh, you know, I didn't have the right object selected when I did it. So we're gonna need pickle. You got to make sure that you're clicked on the right object when you make the preset, because it's not going to take the parent with it. It only takes the children. Pickable, paste, and grab plant. Not visible, no collisions, and this is the ladder handle. Ladder cast goes on it. I might need to fix the rotations later, but I'm not too worried about that at the moment. And now I can preset it. Oh wait, I need to set the tag first. So We're putting a cast tag on all of these. Ladder cast. Confirm. Confirm. This is the box cast. Confirm. And our skeleton cast needs to have a cast tag. Okay. So we hit select box. That's going to spawn the preset of box cast. And we can just use a speaker component. We don't have to add another asset. So when speaker detects entity of tag and range, and it's going to be the cast tag. It's going to send a message, interact to specific tags and range. Cast. All right, so what's happening is we press the 2 key to select the box. It updates our HUD, and that also spawns the box casting object in this space. And the speaker here is going to see that. It's going to see that that cast object is here, and it's going to send the interact message directly to its tag, which will put it in our player's hands. Ideally. That's what's supposed to happen. I think that's all set. Let's see if it works. Hit play. All right, we know no spells right now. Casting does nothing. We learn Echo. We learn the box Echo. Press the 1 key to select this Echo. Use boxes to build things like walls and bridges. Whoa. Whoa, where are you going? Why are you way over there? Where is it? It's still going. Okay. Oh. Did we make a projectile launcher? What the heck is... What are these running into? Why is it doing that? We're not holding anything. They just... It's like it's spawning more than one. Huh. All right, let's reset the music here. All right, we got a bug. um, Hey Ardox, how's it going? All right. So we select box. Yeah, we wanted that. Preset box cast spawns. Yeah. It should be spawning in here. We didn't send cast at any point. There's no collisions on this thing. They can't collide. Can you try putting an object with gravity into the water and push it around? I've done that before. Oop. If I can actually get it in there. I'm having a hard time actually pushing this. It's too small. Where'd it go? Oh, I lost it. I might have pushed it out of the map. But it did not seem to affect frame rate. Let's try a bigger object. Yeet. I mean, it's a little drop in frame rate, but it's hard to tell if it's... Whoa! It just... shoved me out of the water. Whoa. Yeah, it's not a major difference in frame rate. Where'd he go? Did I do it again? Ah, there he is. So I've always, for a long time I've called this beach ball physics because there's not really any mass to these objects, but they don't float either. There's no buoyancy really to water. The water's just like not simulated at all. So swimming is really just it's kind of like flying through a fluid. Could be you, could be your particular CPU. Could be other things happening in your game at the same time. I mean, there's not a lot mechanically going on in this game, so just an object that likes to vamoose out of the map. Vamoose. All right, so it seems like it doesn't like us holding it. we're not sending cast yet. We press 2. Or press 1. And select box is what's sent. Yeah, I really don't see why. Oh, there it goes. Why is it not picking it up? And the fact that it's red means that I'm holding it. Oh wait, is it because there's an object here already? I'm pretty sure that if I just had another object as pickable... Send interact to self. Wait before broadcast and look for cast. Okay, so I activate cast with this, and now... See, that works. Why does that work? And I can summon it to myself. That's what I'm expecting to have happen with that crate. Is it, like, too far away? No. No, it still goes flying. Okay, so let's change the way we interact with this thing then. It clearly does not like... Oh. Oh, because I put it up here. We'll leave it over here for now. The reason we want it out of sight is because we would see the item spawning in. So let's do edit logic. Can we send the message to self on spawn? So let's get rid of the speaker. Let's add our box caster. And let's make it send a message as soon as it's created, if we can. Maybe we don't need to spawn these at all. Maybe we can just respawn them. Okay. I have multiple ideas going in my head at the same time. So, let's wait for message. Will it send automatically if there's no message? I don't think so. It doesn't send on creation. We'd have a sound, like when we select the spell. So, sound. Whoa! Why are you like that? Why does this object want to yeet itself as soon as it spawns? It's not playing the sound. At least I didn't hear it. Oh, wait, I didn't update the preset. So it plays a sound. When we select the spell, why? Why does it work with the other objects and not with that one? What do you do? Why are you like this? There's something up with the box casting. Maybe, you know what? We need to add a handle to it anyway, because we won't be able to spawn while we're carrying it around it. So maybe something will get fixed in this process. Let's just grab the handle from the ladder cast. And box cast. Handle. And box cast right on top of it. Why is there no sound? I did select a sound, didn't I? I guess not. So this is the pickable and the plant and the sound. And this is the cast, which is just a spawner. It tricked me. Like for just a split second, I was like, "Oh, it's gonna stay there," and then the actual interact message happened, and that's what flung it. I thought it only did that. So this happened when I tried making multiple objects that we could pick up at the same time, and it wouldn't let me pick up multiple objects without flinging them. And it's doing the exact same thing, but I don't know of any other objects that I'm trying to pick up. So maybe there's an object somewhere that I'm missing. So let's look for interact. Only these three you guys are getting it. That's totally normal. Are we spawning more than one at a time? Maybe gameplay is trying to spawn multiple of these at once. Maybe let's not have it do this message at the end. Select box should... Is it sending... Maybe it's sending more than once? But I would think that the spawn delay of 1 second would prevent us from selecting it more than once, or spawning it more than once. Navigation between sounds could be easier and have a favorite and own tags. So there's supposed to be like more organization to those. I haven't seen if it's working in 0.12 or not. There's supposed to be like a bunch of categories to like find sounds better. Favorites would be cool. Select box. It should only be sending once, but maybe it's not. Let's put a bigger delay. Okay. And so it's not selecting, but now we have the binding. Why is it doing that? I don't get why that one goes flying like that. Let's search. So it does have a search. Keywords would be cool. Although, I mean, I feel like the sounds are named just what they are, so it's pretty easy to find them. If you'll notice the names have things like ambience and stuff in there. So if you search ambience, there's a whole bunch of ambience. There's ambient space ones. So I think it would be better if the search function allowed you to search for the names out of order. So like City Night Ambience, we should be able to search ambience and city and have it still pop up. That would definitely be an improvement, but there's changes coming to this in 0.12. I'm not sure how much this part is changing specifically. But there are also all of these. So if you want ambience, you can just click that and then type city, and it accomplishes the same thing. Gosh, why is this thing flinging into space? Yeah. No, I understood what you meant by meta search, but I'm saying that the file names are pretty much what you would put as the tags also. Like, I don't know, I guess I'm just used to looking for things by the way they're named. My brain is not braining right now. Why is this thing flinging itself? Like, it's not... And it doesn't fling itself here. Wait, why is that? That's the actual echo. I want the box cast. And it still does it. Why doesn't it let me hold it? Why won't you let me hold you when other things do? What about this one? If we do pickable, Okay, did the other... I can't see if the other box... This one flying. I think it... Did it go up? Which direction did it go? Maybe it can't do it on spawn so instantly. This seems like the main holdup. Like, I feel like I know everything else I want to do with this, but actually getting it into the hands is for some reason being really temperamental. Sends interact after 5 seconds. And broadcast type is to self. One goes flying. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That one goes flying. Why are you like this? Where did it even go? I don't see it. I see the other one. I don't see it. Okay, maybe the self message is the problem. What if it sends to specific tags in range? Specific tags and events. What? These events? Interesting. Specific tags in range. Did you not see me clicking on them just now? There's no way to test a sound on that sound pop-up? You just click on them. Where's the... What's the line? You might not hear it so well because of the music. It only does a little clip, so if you want to hear like the whole song, you have to click the play button. But yeah, that's been around I think since the beginning of 0.11. You drive as a passenger? Oh, you're riding as a passenger. But yeah, no, the just click. All you have to do is click on the sound clip. I'm pretty sure since the start of 0.11, that's been the case. Maybe it was added at some point during 0.11, but it's been there for many months now. You just click on the sound clip that you want, and it starts playing it. Only for about, I think, like 5 seconds or so. So if it's a longer sound effect, then you can usually get the idea. Be sure like you know which one that you want. But yeah. Got to make sure that the feature's there before you say that you want it. But yeah, as far as like searching and tags and stuff, that's all feedback. If like I can put in feedback too, but I have a lot of other things that I work on. So if you have feedback, like give it to the devs. That's what our tickets are for. All right. Yeah, make sure that your sound is up too when you do it, because I know some people don't like the intro music and they turn their sound down, and then they don't realize that they have. I mean, I would hope while you're editing that you would like turn the sound up so you can hear what you're working on. All right. I was gonna try a different way of sending this message. So go to tags and arrange. Maybe it just can't do it to self. No, because the other thing was sending the message before, so self should work. Oh, maybe it needs to know which player sent the control. Although that shouldn't make a difference if I'm the one pressing 2. All right. Specific tags in range. Box 2. Add box 2 tag here. 2, 3, 4, 5. And it launches it. Why you do this to me? But if I set it to wait for message. If I set to message broadcaster, and message to send is interact with self, and we wait for cast. So we learn to echo, now we can cast, and now that works. Why does that work and the other ones don't work? Okay, all right, so what we need is the thing that actually makes me pick this up. Oh, I can put an interaction right here. Message. Confirm. Cast. And no, not cast. Interact. Wait before broadcast. Cast. So that means that we click it once to turn on the spell, and then a second time to spawn the object. Although every other time that we press cast, it's gonna do stuff. So we don't want cast to do that. We broadcast only once, and that puts it in our hands. Or wait, we just don't wait for it to broadcast. We do it as soon as it spawns, right? Self. It's gonna keep on sending the message if we do it that way, right? And where'd the other one go? Oh, that was the one. Okay, so it didn't like that. Although I think we're still sending the sound message, so let's not do that. You like the new thumbnails? Thank you. I've been having fun with that. Just trying some new stuff, right? I've been trying. So when we go, if I don't have time to set the thumbnail, I always try to set something after the show. Like something that was happening during, but yeah, I like it when the thumbnail looks good. I think it only affects YouTube though. But yeah, it's just a little extra something. All right, why is this not working? So we're not going to send a message from there. Maybe I'm sending multiple tracks, and that could be a problem. And eats. Wait before broadcast. Select box. Okay, that's progress. Right? Okay, so we learn box. Okay, so gameplay. Start screen, movement panel, persistent. What are we doing? Movement? I don't remember game rules. I'm like, what am I trying to do? My brain is done now. Message send on close. That is gonna be select box. Okay. I think that we need a secondary thing, right? Progress quest? Wait, what? Progress quest. What are you referring to there, not Jackie Chan? Is that the title of the game? Video game developed as a parody of EverQuest. 2002. I haven't heard of this one before. Alright, let's update the preset. game you have running in the background. It's like an idle clicker, but without the clicking. It's just like an idle game. Okay, it's not spawning it again. Oh, I set a really long delay, didn't I? Okay. So, hey, Biverson Art. I'm trying to make the mechanic from Echoes of Wisdom, Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, where we can learn an object and then cast it in front of us to, like, over and over again be able to create these objects. The problem being that whenever I try to get the casting object to automatically go into our hands, it just flings it into space. Pure idle. That sounds kind of like a fun project to develop. I wouldn't mind. I've been learning Python, and that sounds like a game that would be fun to like make, just as a thing. And you know, sometimes it'd be like having a Tamagotchi almost, right? Just kind of thing running on the side. But I think I would want some sort of interaction. So like maybe you decide what skills you level up and stuff. It's kind of what's the game called? Fallout Shelter, when you send your NPCs into the wilderness and they like go and they quest, but they do it without your interference. Like you just send them out and you can call them back. That's kind of the same thing. So it's nice to have like a few spots where you make decisions. It becomes like a team management game, right? All right. So we need a separate message to trigger actually picking the thing up. It's spawning successfully, but then we actually need to get it in our hands. So we learn it, it spawns, we press it here, and oh, I was gonna turn off the delay here. I told it to have some ridiculous delay. Yeah, so I don't want it to be the same message that puts it in our hands. And then we can only cast it once. Something's screwy. All right. Ant farm game? Is that a genre? You mean SimAnt? So I liked SimAnt. I used to play SimAnt a lot when I was a kid because I wasn't allowed to have video games, but I did have SimAnt. It was educational. And you could like leave little trails of pheromones. Be like, ants, here's the food, here's an enemy, go attack him. And then you could adjust the worker to drone to soldier ant, like spawn ratios. You like make more worker babies, make more soldier babies. But yeah, I think a game like that could be fun. All right, so this is working. So we select it. And it spawns the box cast. Which sends an interact message to itself. If we don't have the wait for broadcast on, it just flings it into space. Right? Yep. Just right away. Oh, it's the only once in there. So we don't want that. That's why I didn't remember pressing only once, but that's why I was doing it. Okay. So turn only once off. Sim Life was right before Samantha. I don't think I ever did Sim Life. Was that like kind of inspiration for Sims? They were already split by our Sim. It's already got a handle. Oh, wait. Yeah, so this is before we pick it up. We can put it down because it's pickable, so interact will always work for putting it down. And the idea is that it automatically interacts to force us to hold it. I wonder if that's forcing us to pick it up and put it down at the same time, and maybe that's why it doesn't like it. Except that doesn't make any sense because when we would have a sound effect, it's basically anything that makes it happen automatically. It seems like we have to have some sort of, the player has to be determined. I think what's going on, and I feel like I already tested it and then I wasn't quite sure if it made a difference or not. But basically, if the player is not the one who initiates the interaction, then the game doesn't know who's trying to pick up the object. Which I guess makes sense with multiplayer simulation, that it needs to know if there's more than one player who's interacting with this object to pick it up, so we attach it to them. So if the game says interact to pick up the object, then it just goes yeet, throws it into space. So we do need to have the player do a cast, I guess. So let's go with I need to wrap it up though. It's already after 4. So let's edit logic. Message send is interact, wait before broadcast. This is going to be cast. So we select it with the 1 key, then we cast and it puts it in our hands, and then we press again to keep on casting. And we can't, this message broadcaster will turn off. So I think that's working correctly. All right. So now we need to update a preset. Not replace it. Preset. We learned it. It's ready to go. We cast. Why is it casting up here, though? Because of the initial cast. Maybe we need a second message sent. Message on key up. Message on key up. Why am I making this so hard? Select box and then select dot confirm. Sometimes I like go in circles because I want it to work a certain way and get really frustrated that it's not working that way. And then realize that there was a solution right there in front of my face the whole time. But you just got to keep on slamming your face into it over and over again until the right one is made apparent. So we can update this now with select confirm. So message down is going to spawn the box, and then message on up is going to actually put it in our hands. We may need to do some stuff to make sure that this doesn't happen multiple times. Actually, broadcast only once. I think that makes sense because then we want to put it down, and then it'll respawn and then it'll work again. So we're going to replay or preset box cast confirm. Now we can delete it. And actually, we're gonna turn on this select box. Can we do a break character? Maybe? Nope. Okay, and then we can't do it too fast or it does that. I mean, it kind of works either way. Put it down. Yeah, we can't do it too fast or it doesn't work. And now we can build a bridge. Oops. I wonder why it's so slow on the release. Or maybe it's just the fact that if it hasn't spawned, so let's do select wait. This is probably gonna fling it also. If I do it this way. It needs to be me interacting with it. Or, you know what? What we can do is we can have... we can have the boxes not active until we're holding them, and then respawn them right away when we drop them. So basically, they're always there. So let's get rid of that. We're gonna select the box. So instead of having this, the box caster is gonna have a health component. We're going to get rid of the plant. No health bar. When we drop, it's going to be the instant death message, and death event is going to reset it to its hidden location. Death delay, make it disappear as quickly as possible. Immune to attacks, true. Message sent on death. Is going to be nothing. We don't need a message sent on death. Oh, we do need a message sent on death. Actually, that's going to... No, we don't need a message sent on death because it's actually the it's the actual echoes that'll have it. Life bar is hidden. Immune to attacks, true. Message sent on death from the broadcaster falls fine. Not stunnable. So this way, when we drop it, it dies and respawns back to whatever its place is. So then what's actually going to pick it up is going to be the Vox select message. That's going to interact with it, have us pick it up. And then on the pickable, broadcast type, message on picked is going to be Vox.activate. And on Vox cast, we're going to put a toggle on the actual spawner. Its turn on message is Vox activate. And its turn off message is cast drop. Okay. So we can't cast anything. We learned an echo. We can send cast, but cast is not making the spawn boxes off wherever we have it hidden. Now we learn echo. We activate it. It lets us spawn some things. We drop it. It disappears. Where did it go? It should reset, right? Where did it reset to? Why are they not respawning? Maybe, what if we get rid of the death delay? What's going on now? Let's see. Maybe a -5 death delay is too much death delay? Ah! It's not spawning with the child object. I'm holding it right now. It's there. It's just hidden. Okay. That's interesting. The visibility on the spawned object is not coming back when it respawns. But I have another idea for how to make this work. So instead of it dying, we'll put the Well, no, we do want it to die. It's just gonna respawn. Edit logic. Health. It's gonna destroy it. Instant death message and then message on death is going to be box.reset. And then we are going to have this as a preset. Box cast confirm. We can delete that. Actually, we do want the original one. Box cast. And then asset spawner. Oh, we need multiplayer. Reset. Use preset. Box cast. Okay. So now we learn it. We set it. We spawn some items. Drop it, and it respawns. It can't cast anymore because we disabled it. So often it's hidden area, it's fine. But when we press 1 again, it comes back to us, and we can place more. It's working! Yay! That was surprisingly frustrating. For just the simple act of picking it up. And what makes it more frustrating is that I thought about the idea of having it respawn in this exact way earlier, and I was like, oh no, it'd be so much easier if I do it in the way that doesn't work. But now it works. Yay! Good grief. So, we're gonna end this stream here. Oh, I guess we got an ad coming up. 3 minutes. We got the main mechanic working. We're gonna pick this up on Saturday again, next Saturday, to finish it off. We're gonna complete all of this logic for the ladder and for the NPC, and we're gonna add in the rules that determine how many echoes we have left. That I'm anticipating that being a little challenging. But we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out because obviously being able to infinitely spawn blocks like that is a little OP in a game. So we want to like limit. We can only spawn 5, and then we get an upgrade now. We can spawn 6 or what have you. So yay, that's working. I can sleep tonight. Good golly gosh geez. So I guess, it's a cool idea to use interact, not from the player actually interacting with something to force something into their hands, but it only actually works if the player does it. Which, that gives me an idea. I thought the reason that I couldn't pick things up was because I was trying to pick them all up at once. But I wonder if... I said we were ending the stream, but just a quick little thing. What if it was because I was trying to send the message not with a player control? I don't remember how I tried doing it before. But let's do, yeah, I think when you try to do it, with this way, it's only like whichever object is closest to you. So let's do... gameplay. Message to send is cast. Oh yeah, message broadcaster. I was like, how did I just do this? Message broadcaster, interact with self. Cast. Okay. So pick up the ladder to activate our cast, and now if I hit cast. What? Okay. So it does work. I had a theory that this would work and what we could do with it. So, and I feel like other people have done this already, because I'm pretty sure if you look at, oh gosh, what was, the Mutant Island Survivors? Mutant Island Survivors has like all those different effects, those different attacks that you do all at once, automatically. And I had a feeling that they were like items that you picked up and that they were casting the effects. So now I know that you can, and you like put them down one at a time. Interesting. Of course, you can make this so that way their drop messages interact, so you can't put them down. So this is a way that you can like just have a bunch of your player have a whole bunch of different items available to them that will like cast spells and stuff. We're picking up 3 items at once, and if we try to put any of them down, they're forced back into our hands. Okay, that makes so much more sense, because when I can't remember, we were working on the pyramid for the community clubhouse when I tried picking up multiple objects at once, and I thought it was the fact that they were all colliding with each other that was making them go flying, so I turned off collision, and then it still didn't work. And now I know, I'm like 99% sure it's that the game engine requires a direct player interaction with the pickable component in order for it to know what player is picking it up. Marsh says, I'm coming in late. Can someone explain what Echoes is? So it's referencing Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. Which came out last year, I think. 2024? Yeah, came out September last year. And basically, in Echoes of Wisdom, you play as Zelda instead of as Link. And your main method of doing things is spawning items. So, as you can see here, we learn an echo, and then we can press the 1 key, and now we can cast our echo, and it will spawn an object for us. And we can use this to build bridges, to build walls, if you want. A little difficult to build a wall, because you have to, like, go like that. And then we can go up. We can build more. So you could use this to, build a bridge. We would do it with also ladders. In the game, you can also spawn monsters, which you can only do that after you've defeated them. So you have to figure out a way to defeat monsters at the beginning of the game. And then once you've learned the echo for a monster, you can spawn it anytime and it will fight for you. So it's pretty neat because you can spawn 5 monsters and they all start attacking enemies on your behalf. I highly recommend Echoes of Wisdom. It's I liked Breath of the Wild, but I feel like I like Echoes of Wisdom better because you can, very early in the game, you can start traversing terrain by just spawning a bunch of chairs and beds and stuff. You can build bridges with beds. You can spawn jars and crates and stuff. And you can start using that to climb up on trees, and it lets you go everywhere. There are some limitations, like super cold areas you'll take damage, so you have to wait until you get fire items that will warm you up, things like that. But for the most part, as soon as you start the game, it starts letting you spawn objects. So you can do all sorts of cool stuff with that. You could create Bomberman, absolutely. I've seen somebody make a Bomberman game before in the sandbox. The concept of spawning an object in front of us, that's not so new. I think I first did that 3 years ago. But it's the idea of learning a spell and then being limited on the number of times you can cast it. So right now we have unlimited casts because I haven't done anything to limit it. What we're going to start doing in the next Saturday session is we're going to make it so each time we cast one, it's going to take this number above me, echoes remaining, and it's going to drop it down by 1. And when we run out of echoes, and this is what happens in Echoes of Wisdom, is that it will despawn the first one that we spawned. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then when we go to 6, number 1 will disappear. And then when we go to number 7, number 2 will disappear. So you can go like this indefinitely, just spawning over and over again, but all of the steps below will disappear. And that keeps you from being a little too overpowered. You can make it so that way certain areas are still difficult to reach because you can't get the right angle. It gives you more power as a level designer and makes it so that way the players aren't too overpowered. Something we could also do with this, something that's in Echoes of Wisdom, is that certain monsters cost more spell slots. So you could have a more powerful warrior that costs 2 spells or 3 spells, or maybe even all 5 of your spells. And these sorts of mechanics would be very easy for us to implement with the rule system. All we have to do is set the value. When we cast whatever the echo is, we say it reduces the echoes remaining by whatever number. And then we'll have our 0 key or something will despawn everything and give us all of our echoes back. You can make 10 different echoes playable at the same time. Yeah, absolutely. That's why we have 3 here. And so we just select which one. So right now we've only set it up for the 1 key. So whenever I press the 1, it brings my echo back, so I can cast it. But I can drop it with E, and then I can go back to regular combat, and then I can press 1 again, and I'm ready to cast again. But we would be able to press 2 to go to a ladder, press 3 to go to the skeleton. We could do as many as we want. You could have it scrolling, so you could press 1 to advance to the next spell, and then we would have to create a system in the rules where it just scrolls through the list of all the active ones we have. That becomes more difficult, I think, in the current setup because we don't have what's the term I'm looking for? We don't have the ability in the sandbox to make data structures like my brain's not remembering what the word is. Not strings. It's like a database, but just like a list. I think in Python they're just called lists, right? There's another term for it though. You don't really need to drop it, and you don't really need to change it. I don't know what you mean, Viverson. The reason, depending on specific quests, you can open all echoes and make them all available. Yeah, I mean, in this case, I'm just interacting with these things to learn it. Just because we're emulating what exists in Echoes of Wisdom. That's the only reason I'm setting it up like this, but you could absolutely learn them from a quest. You could talk to a wizard. You could learn them from NPCs. Like, it's just a single message. Like when learn Echo, it's just a message that activates the world. If you wanted to unlock them all at once, you could, however you want. I only do the casting one at a time, specifically because I want to be able to aim where I put this. So it puts this in my hand, and I can say, oh, I want it right here. And I want this one right here. You could do like a target, and you could hold the spawner. You could hold one object that's the spawner for everything. But I wanted this system specifically so that way I could put them away and go back to regular combat if I wanted to. And then pull it back up. That was the reason for doing it this way. Not Jackie Chan asks, Breath of the Wild maybe, but have you played Tears of the Kingdom? I have not played Tears of the Kingdom yet. My kids got it for my birthday the year that it came out, and I still have not started it because I still haven't beaten Breath of the Wild. I have like 5 side quests to do before I go and beat Ganon or Ganondorf. I don't remember which one it is. I think it's Ganondorf. And I just have not charged my Switch in months. Like, I haven't plugged it in. I've just been so busy with other things. And I really wanted to beat those side quests and clear all my quests before going and fighting the final boss. And at this point, it's been so many years since I've actually played the game that I don't remember all the controls, and I feel like I'm gonna have a real hard time, come end game, trying to actually beat the boss. I made a little squisher. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Let's go see if there's somebody we can raid. I'm excited that we at least got this aspect of it working. So we've got a few more mechanics to add to this before I consider it complete. And I don't know, we can build a game around it. It'd be kind of fun. Maybe I'll like make this a template or something where people can build their own things. I should probably look up if Nintendo's trademarked the term Echoes. I don't think they can say that the game mechanic itself is patented or trademarked because there are other games where you can spawn items, like Minecraft. But maybe calling it Echoes, maybe I should call them something else, just to be safe. I don't know. Anyway. Let's see who is... Oh, I never ran the giveaway. Ooh, we gotta fix that. Create. Random. Alright, we had 21 entries. So we go from 2 to 22. We generate, and it's 19, which is a name that's not familiar to me. Let's see if they've won before. Play Tears of the Kingdom at 15 years, it'll still blow you away. I mean, heck, I play A Link to the Past still, and it still blows me away. Like, I've always loved Zelda games. Like the original Legend of Zelda and then Zelda 2 on the NES were some of my favorite games when I was 6 years old, the first time that I really got into playing on the NES. Alright, this person does not appear to have Wizzy the Orange Singed Hat. Actually, they don't have any Wizzy stuff, so congratulations goes out to H4DR4, or Hadra, maybe? Over on Twitch. You just won Wizzy the Orange Singed Hat. I will let you know that as you now have a Wizzy item, if you go to discord.gg/Wizzyverse, WIZZYVERSE, that is the Discord server for the Wizzy stuff. And as a holder of these items, are they in the chat? I don't know if they still are. They may not be anymore. But they can go back and watch the replay. And this is good info for everybody. If you have a Wizzy item, connect your wallet with Collabland in the Discord, and you will unlock a giveaway channel where I give away Wizzy the Black's armored hat just about every week. And we're going to do other giveaways there too. So, you get access to that now. Or you will once the hat's in your wallet. I'll be sending those later today. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm going to go find someone to raid. Have a great weekend, and I will see you back on Wednesday.